Well, not often we have a opportunity to share our space and time, but we always have a need, a need to do whatever we feel like, but sometimes we really don't understand how to fulfill that need. So today, just would like to talk about looking within ourselves, so we can see a lot and feel a lot about who we really are. So I would play a few pieces that would denote that. One of them would be the redemption song, and the reason I would choose that is because Bob Marley said it well when he said that we liberate ourselves from mental slavery. But what did he really mean about that? In the past, we could see the chains that tend to bound us, but we cannot see the chains that hold our minds hostage. So we have to liberate ourselves from mental slavery. None but yourselves can free your mind. And that is important because we have everything within us, but we don't know how to access that source. And hopefully the music as a tool can help us to free our minds and to open the gates. So starting with the redemption song and contemplating on the words and where we are in our own lives, trying to go inside of us and finding that kingdom, that space where the energy sources can help us to reach heights or wherever we like to go, whether it's high, low. Those are just the definitions of man, but our passion becomes the pull by which we achieve our goals, our life objectives. So let us see how that goes, how it feels. So I hope that gives you an idea of how to get inside and loosen the bonds, the chains, the emotional chains, the feelings that we may have that tie us up in mind, spirit, and body. In terms of life, I was asked a question by a lovely young lady in one of the high schools, the St. Joseph School, and how do we discern our passion, the things we love, the gifts that we may have? How do we let it loose? Well, it's simple. We do the things that we like to do that others have a hard time in being able to do. It sounds like double talk, but is it really? How many times we are around people that having a problem, with a task of some type, and you just say, come, let me do it. And it comes easy, and they will say, well, how did you do that? Well, we have talents and gifts, and everyone is unique. But in our uniqueness, we are all the same. I got that from a very special friend of mine, and it's true. We all are very unique. The 8 billion of us on the planet are unique, but still we are all the same in our uniqueness. So what do we do with that? We have to share and be able to help each other in order to reach the feeling of unity. Well, what is unity? I mean, if you look at a rope and you take the strand out of the rope, and it's easy to pull, and you could, it's easy to burst. You can separate. But if you take the rope that is bounded and made by the strands that are tied together, and you try to pull that apart, you may have a problem, or you will have to work very hard. What I'm trying to say is that there's strength in unity. Teamwork, there's no I in team. So we have to work, besides having to examine our passions and the things that we like to do. When we can do it well, we have to get something called the ego out of the way and share it. So one of the ways that we can have as a tool to share is music. There's a tune called feelings. We need to feel how we do things in life. Feel. Instead of being insensitive to each other, let us try to feel. feelings. Sometimes we are able to describe it, sometimes we cannot describe it, but we all have feelings, and some of us would like to fly to the moon. Fly me to the moon. Well, there was an actor that described that type of an event when you dream high. He said, when you point at the moon, don't look at the finger, but look to where the finger is pointing to. Which means all dreams are possible if we are not impeded or obstructed by our own presence, our own thoughts, our own potholes that we may put in our way. So as we go forward in life, we have to keep the dreams, we have to keep the gifts, and the gifts you have can make you fulfill the dreams, because once you understand the tools that you have to do the job, then the job becomes easier, but you have to get the tools, which are the gifts, and then you can reach the moon. Fly me to the moon. Don't know how you're going to get back. Don't worry about that. The universe takes care of those things. Other parts of life, as we go through, there are a lot of unknowns. We deal in a system, a socio-economic environment, and plus we deal in our needs and our wants. The system that we live in would like to control us. And it's rightfully so. If I can't control you, then I can't get rich, right? Because then I can't get you to do what I want you to do so I can be the winner. Well, in life, there are no winners and losers, you know. We all heading to some objective, something we going, a path that somehow we keep heading to this path, and we define the paths and stuff. But others would like to get ahead and tend to have some sort of control, and they use two separate activities. The system, it uses fear and confusion. Have you observed that any time that there is some form of confusion, is something that you're afraid of or you would like to defend? But how do we counteract that? Well, we have knowledge and understanding. If you try to understand anything that you fear and understand why you are afraid, then you get knowledge. Then you understand why it is made to cause fear. That makes you very powerful. You may have problems in society by being a know-it-all or whatever, but it's not about the society or how you are judged. It's really about how much of yourself that you understand, that you go inside yourself, you look into the areas that you're not too acquainted with, and try to bring out truth, the truth of who you are. That energy source within you is all powerful. And once you identify the path through which you can achieve the truth of who you are, you become liberated. There goes Bob Marley again. Liberate yourself from mental slavery. But apart from Bob Marley, we have different things that cause us fear. We want things that maybe we want but we don't need. There's a tune I like to play, I can't make you love me if you don't. Well, you don't have to make people love you. That's not something you can force. But you can be lovable. You can have the attributes and the characteristics of a human being that you become admired or they love you. Now, the world is designed that you're not going to be loved by everyone, okay? I can guarantee that. But you can get enough people with principles that may align with yours that are lovable and perhaps can learn from you. So that is a powerful piece of music. It's loving, it's painful, it has all of the facets of life embodied in this song. Well, don't try to make people love you. Love yourself. And if they don't, they don't. A special piece that I like to play, and it, it was encouraged by a good friend of mine, very special friend of mine. Some of you would sort of call him Uncle Errol, right? But this is special. My friend Errol, thank you. Well, my little friends and whoever that the Spirit has allowed you to listen to this message in whatever form it comes and whatever form that it hits you, and look within. The answers are always within. We always have to go forward, whatever our objectives are. Don't be afraid. Take one step in front of the other. Impediments are there, the potholes are there. We see that on the roads we drive, but then again, that's another story. But we have potholes also in life. And they are there for special reasons. They are there to strengthen us. They are there to provide the knowledge and the understanding that is required so that we can be able to serve each other, to love each other, to come together so that we can be that rope instead of the strands that make up the rope. Let us be the rope and tie things together so that we can walk hand in hand and receive and serve and give and forgive and be one, regardless of color, creed, race. All those things are distractions that we humans put in place to avoid the challenges and the strengthening of who we are. So I enjoyed the session and hope you too. And we will do it again. Peace, love, togetherness, harmony.